Located just west of the famous Madison River, this week's show takes place near Norris, Montana. This stretch of country is one of the more beautiful places to spend a week chasing big game. With mule deer, elk, and antelope too numerous to count, the American Outdoorsman crew turned their attention to the land rockets of Montana, the pronghorn antelope. It was pretty obvious right from the onset that the rut was in full swing. Bucks chasing does all over, and the bucks that weren't chasing were fighting, which makes conditions perfect for using decoys. When we come back, we'll join American Outdoorsman pro staffer Steve Bailey for some unbelievable antelope hunting with bow and arrow.
How was the trip?
Man, it was awesome. Long, very long. How you doing, Mark? Good to see you.
How you been, buddy?
Good. Who's your buddy?
This is Brett Koppel.
Oh, Brett, how you doing? You too. You're gonna be hunting with us, I guess.
Yep. Yeah.
All right. Part of the team. I tell you what, man, it just keeps getting more beautiful the closer I got. And look at this. How can you beat this?
Well, we're gonna have a good week here. We've been doing a little scouting before you got here, and I'll tell you what, we just come up the lower ranch road and ran into about 30 or 40 different head of, groups of 5 and 10.
Wow.
And the bucks are just chasing does and chasing each other, and I think the decoy action is just going to be hot and heavy.
Man, I can't wait. 26-hour drive. But it's already worth it. Look at this.
Well, you get out from behind that wheel and get to chase some goats around here in Montana.
I think the bones are going to pop a little when we do some drawing. So what about some practice shots and some things like that and get ready to roll?
Yeah, like I said, we got lots of time and they're rutting hard, so we'll be able to hunt all day.
All right. Well, you got a place for us to go sit up and shoot some? And...
Yeah, we'll go down here down the lower hay fields down here, and we'll pull out the target and get you guys check out your bows, make sure they made the trip, and get on it.
All right.
Sound good?
Let's go. I can't wait. I'll follow you.
Yeah. I'd say your average antelope shot's going to be around anywhere between 30 to 40, right in there.
Yes. Hopefully with the way this rut looks.
Of course, you got them decoys, so that's probably going to
well, we hope so.
Bring them in right on top of it.
Let's do it. Do it like this. Ba-boom, ba-boom.
As soon as we show up, there they are, antelope everywhere. They were rutting, they were chasing each other, they were grunting. I knew right away that the decoy action was going to be hot. So after showing me around a little while, they left me on my own. And at that point, I had done some scouting, I had done some glassing, I had made some notes from the information they'd given me from their experience of hunting here, and we got started. The first day pretty much consisted of getting a feel of the area and how to maneuver. And I realized right away that I didn't have much cover and much terrain. There wasn't any blind set up on water holes or things of that nature. I was totally dependent on the rut and the decoy. Well, looks like our first stalk of the hunt. It's our first day in the afternoon. Spent a little time scouting with Mark and Brett. Brett went on down the road and hopefully he's after a buck right now. We just got after these two bucks. They spent some time out here fighting. We got moved into this ditch and got set up. But it seems like they're working their way the opposite direction, which is normally the case antelope hunting. So we're going to try to get circled around on them and see if we can't get ahead of them. Maybe on the way even spot a different setup.
On day 2, Steve decided to set up on a rock outcropping near an area he observed numerous antelope moving through. With such a lack of cover in this wide open style of hunting and shot distances limited by bow and arrow, any type of cover like this in a core area is a welcome sight. Over the course of just a few hours, Steve had numerous shooter bucks in the area, but just out of range for his bow. After a quick lunch back at the truck and a little relaxation, it was back out to try and catch up to one of those elusive Montana speed goats. After spotting a large herd of antelope on an alfalfa field near an irrigation pivot, Steve decides it would serve as the perfect blind for him and his cameraman, so they got into position.
Okay folks, we just moved down to this pivot. We've been watching them antelope move up and down this pivot all day. We're taking a big chance that the thing don't kick on and we get rained on. But it's liable to happen, but we hope not. I just set my deeks right here. We got a whole herd of antelope on the other end of this pivot. We're hoping they work their way this way, get interested in the buck, pursuing the doe decoy setup. I'm going to use these tires right here for a little cover, and I actually see a good buck right back here right now, so we need to get tied in tight right now. All right, this looks pretty good right here. Okay folks, as you can see, we've had some close calls. We've been hunting the hydro. We hunted the rock pile this morning. We've been seeing all these antelope cut this corner right here. Fortunately, we found some high grass right here in the edge of the alfalfa field. We're gonna go in here and set up a blind, be here at daylight in the morning Their decoy spread about 40 to 50 yards out. I think this is the spot. And we'll go ahead and get set up. Don't go away. We'll be right back with more of the American Outdoorsman. We'll get set up.
We'll now rejoin Steve on the morning of day 3 of his Montana antelope hunt. With the rut in full swing, Steve is set up in some high grass overlooking a green alfalfa field and his 3 Renzo decoys.
Misty. Don't go too far. Oh, can you believe I missed him after all that? I shot him for about 45 yards. He must have been closer. Must have been more like 35, 38. My decoys are sitting right at 30. And I missed him. Shot right over his back clean. Daggone it. I actually touched him right on the back just a little, and he still, the decoys held him right here almost for a second shot. I thought he was going to, if he'd have just stepped up in this next lane, I'd have got another shot at him. Man. Wow, I guess unbelievable. I'm glad I brought a whole quiver full of arrows, aren't you? Well, one thing's for sure, the decoy action is unbelievable today. That was a great antelope right there. A great antelope. Can't believe I missed him. Shot just over him at about 30 yards, 35 yards. I am bummed on that one. That's a nice shot. Man, can you believe what a day we've had here in Montana this morning? The grass blind worked out perfectly, and so did our double doe and buck decoy setup. We got 3 Renzo's decoys set up right here. As we showed you this morning, we set up our 2 bedded does and our guard buck right there trying to protect his does, and it has worked wonderfully. That was buck number 12 that came to the spread in one day. That is phenomenal. It's nearly unheard of in antelope hunting. I tell you what, we can't beat it here in central Montana. We're gonna go take a break, just like the antelope are doing right now. And when we come back, we'll be back in the grass blind after Montana pronghorn. Missed 2 shots today. Let's hope 3 times a charm. Doe right here. Buck boner. Nice buck boner. Coming right for the decoys. She's coming right at the decoys. Down for the count right there. All right, he's down. Man, can you believe that? I tell you what, we have had some kind of phenomenal antelope here in Montana. Unbelievable 3 days. Unbelievable. Oh, let me get some of this grass out of my head. We've had to do everything we could to hide in this little grass patch we found. Luckily we found it. We had some nice places in the pro hood to stuff some grass in. I tell you, that's the biggest drawback to this hunt has been finding a place to hide. Everything's no more than a foot, 13 inches tall, and we have this grass patch right here that we built this makeshift blind in. This doe came right over the top, spotted the spread, sucked her right in. He followed her right in. He walked within 10 yards of the decoys. They kind of piled up. They allowed me to stand up and draw, make a 45, 42 yard shot. I shot a little high. We dropped him right in his tracks. But guess what? No tracking job, and he's down right there. I can't wait to take a look. Let's go see. Let's go see what we got. Dropped him right in his tracks. Unbelievable. Oh man, look at that guy. Woo! Get the hair off right there. Look at here, folks. What an awesome antelope buck right here. Brought him right in with a nice set of 3 deeks. Followed the doe into the spread. We dropped him in our tracks. Got nice hooks, good curl. I don't know, he's probably 12, 13 inches long, maybe a little better. I'll tell you what, I couldn't be happier for my first Montana antelope. Unbelievable. Folks, thanks for watching today's show. And don't forget that you too can come to Montana and pursue a beautiful high country antelope like this one. Go to www.theamericanoutdoorsman.com and find links to outfitters, public lands, how to get licensing, also gear and tactics that the pros use. Don't forget to join us next week for another great episode of The American Outdoorsman.
For more information on today's program, you can visit us on the web at www.theamericanoutdoorsman.com.